back. Can you hear me? Great. Awesome. Good night. Hope you sleep well. Hi, Angus. Happy New Year. Good to see you. I'm writing my show notes for tomorrow. I realized that I was in a shirt that revealed my location, funnily enough, and so I decided to cover up a little bit. I'm gonna open my window to actually lower the temperature a little bit. One sec. Hi to the other two people who are watching. Cracking the window to get some fresh air. Yeah, I have to do some broadcast media tomorrow, and I can't believe this. Like, killing a woman in broad daylight. It is something that feels like an escalation even from how things have been. I know that they tried to murder a woman in Chicago earlier in the year, last year, and thank God she survived. They charged her with domestic terrorism and then dropped all the charges. And they are just absolutely tearing down this woman's character after they have shot and killed her. Shot her in the head 3 times. Um, and yeah, so I've just felt compelled to write some show notes and to get in front of the microphone tomorrow and broadcast to people in my county. And yeah, I'm pissed off. I can't believe this is where we are. Let me see where I put my fiddle. Can you guys see my cat right here? Okay, I'm gonna grab the fiddle. I'll be back in a sec. Perfect. Too sharp. We've got other people watching. Nah, sharper. Millionaires and paupers walk the hungry streets. Rich and poor companions of a restless beat. Strangers in a foreign land strike a match with trembling hands. You learn too much to ever understand why nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. Quarreling couples snarl away their happiness. Kisses crumble in a whip of loneliness. It's written by the poison pen that voices break before they bend. The door slammed, it's over once again. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. Poets agonize, they cannot find the words. And the stone stares at the sculptor, asks him, are you absurd? The painter paints his brushes black. Through the canvas runs a crack. The portrait of the pain never answers back. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. Soldiers disillusioned come home from the war, and the students tell them not to fight no more. And they argue through the night. Black is black and white is white. Both exit knowing they are right. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. Smoke dreams of escaping souls are drifting by. They dull the pain of living as they slowly die. Smiles turn into a sneer, washed away by whiskey tears. In the quicksand of their minds they disappear. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. Feeble ancient people almost to their knees, complain about the present using memories. They never found their pot of gold. Wrinkled hands found weary holes. Each line screams out, you're old, you're old, you're old. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. The flower lady hobbles home without a sail. Tattered shreds of petals leave a fading trail. She doesn't pause to hold the rose. Even she no longer knows. Each line screams outside. The lights are out, the evening now is closed. Still nobody's buying flowers from the flower lady. There we go. Oh, hey, the cat's back. Check that out. Hey. Poop. Ruben's doing good. Thanks, Rub Kittens. Yeah, I'm writing my show notes. I'm pissed off, but I took a break to play for a sec. Probably do another song or two before I log off, or before I just do the notes. Let's see. What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 8th of January. $2026. How's the new year treating y'all? I am decent so far in the new year, but this news is bullshit. Just incredibly bullshit. Cheers. Okay, where was I? She was shot in the head 3 times and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have already seen TV pundits and online commentators justify her murder. They have disparaged her character, called her a terrorist, and said she was an idiot. There are very few things which make me angry anymore. This is one of them. As I write these show notes the night before, I cannot help but pace around my home in agitation. I call her killing a murder because I have seen the video, and it is nothing but a clear, cold-blooded murder in broad daylight. That's probably how I should write that. Let me see. We are in an era where truth does not matter anymore. Narrative is the only thing that matters. And if you cannot write something that sounds appealing to people... Oh, thank you, Angus. No, if you can't write something that sounds appealing to people, they're not going to listen, even if it's true. And it's kind of always been the case with that, but now we're just at a point where, like, reality does not matter. I gotta take this off. Angus, did you see that video? Or are you saving yourself from it? Let's get that angled back there. We got a high-tech stream balancing on a charging cable, as only the highest quality broadcast services do. Let me see. There we go. Come on. You've seen it? Yeah. Now the shit with people crying like really gets me. Like that guy just like straight up felt entitled to murder a woman and then go home to his wife and kids at the end of the day. And that's the fucking most insane shit to me. I was just writing my friend a letter and I am like, one day these people are going to be in front of our court of law. They're going to be subject to our justice, and I want you to be alive to see it. Angus, did you see my post? We should bring back public hangings for ICE agents. Thank you. No, we should bring back public hangings. I think we will if we get to have Nuremberg too. I dream of that shit. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I am going to do my intro, which, you know, this thing, calling it brazen cold-blooded murder in broad daylight. I'm going to do my intro, and then I'm going to go through the facts of it. Because there's always a breakdown, and I think this is the part of, like these police murders of civilians that, like, pisses me off the most, is that all the TV pundits are like, here's our play-by-play on the murder. And here's what happened at this second and this second and this second, and they've got like I swear to God, it feels like they get like an NFL commentary panel, like saying whether or not like the thing was a foul, and obviously the officer is never in the wrong for murdering someone. But they act like it's an instant replay at a football game, and like, so I'm gonna do my own version of that, where I talk about what happened. And where I talk about, like, okay, so here's what happens, you know, they go up to her. They just immediately, like, without any constitutional bearing, because they feel entitled to act in this way, because this is how they've been acting for more than a year, to just rip a woman out of her car for no reason. Now, God. So they go and they rip her out of the car for navigating traffic. And then, you know, like, she backs away out of the flow of traffic. And then she tries to leave because she didn't want to be detained. And to be totally honest, like, if there's not, like, a Fourth Amendment reason for the stop, like, if there's not PC probable cause for the stop, then that officer doesn't have a right to stop you, and I think that you should pull away. But like, yeah, then they just fucking murder her. The guy takes a step away from the vehicle, points in her window, and shoots her 3 times. Fucking murders her. Just shoots her in the head. And like, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is my own version of the NFL instant play, sorry, instant replay, determining whether or not it was a foul. Angus, what do you think of this stuff with Barry Weiss at CBS? They're just like, we're not going to do journalism, and then they just like post a thing where they're like, we love America, and we'll never be afraid to say we love America, which is why we will never run a news story that the White House doesn't like. Oh, God. Let me see. I'll play some more. How much time do I have before I need to get to bed? It is about 10 o'clock. Hi, sweetie. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ah, fuck. Sorry, I don't have the juice for that one. Huh? Oh shit, are you already gone, Angus? You already playing Call of Duty? too fast. Fuck, I'm gonna mess it up if I keep trying to do it that fast. Ah, shit. I didn't realize that you were making a joke about Call of Duty being blatant pro-war propaganda. I thought you were, like, being for real and like, oh, I'm gonna play Call of Duty. Maybe I just didn't realize it. Because I am under the influence. Whoa. Let's see. Oh, did I tell you about the shit that I did the night before New Year's, Angus? Did I tell you about the shit I did on the 30th? I got ancestral trauma drunk. I got like I got like so drunk I was sad about things that happened 100 years ago. um and then I found out for the next 4 days after why you're not supposed to drink on antidepressants. Um Good Irish girl. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck off. No. No, I was like I was like, the shit they did to my great great grandfather, and like getting sad and crying over it because I had too much to drink. My friend was like apologizing to me the whole time. Hi, Star Wars History Archives. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, my friend was apologizing for giving me so much, but I wanted to do it. I probably need to do a dry January. I'm just too pissed off right now, I think. Let me see. How should I follow this up? Okay. Now, safe harbor hours on broadcast radio, you're not supposed to say, like, fuck and shit and piss and bitch and, like, all those other words. Bastard, you are allowed to use. Bastard, I know you're allowed to use. Do you think audio of a murder, of, like, a police murder, do you think that that's in violation of, like, safe harbor hours? Or do you think, like, because it technically doesn't use the word fuck, that I'm fine? I normally don't run things past like censors at the college. I just do it. Set the precedent? Yeah, fuck it, I guess. Um okay, so I call her killing a murder because I've seen the video. It is brazen cold-blooded murder committed in broad daylight. Um then I could say something like, let's listen to some video footage. Or let's listen to the audio. Then I can break that up. And, I can. Where the fuck am I gonna find this stuff, like, other than Twitter? Does anybody know a website other than Twitter where I can pull this up? Because so far I have refused to log in on Twitter, like, to any of my computers or any shit like that. Oh shit, actually. I just remembered. Shit. You saw it on Instagram? I don't have fucking Instagram. I don't have a Facebook account. Shit. Can you send me a link over text? Actually, send me a link on Jesse Singal. And I can pull it up and then, like, do the screen recorder and do whatever. I'm wondering if I should, like, run the whole show off my phone, because it seems like that might be the best way to do it, genuinely. And then I can, like, upload clips to YouTube as unlisted videos, and then or private videos, and then pull them up on the show. Just have, like, a clipboard full of links that I can plug into the computer. Okay, let me see. Should I do the station call out? Hey, homie. Hey, downtown. Darian, how are you? Oh, are you the person that I met on the bus? Or are you somebody else? What time is it? Okay, got 3 minutes. Got 3 minutes before noise curfew. This is disgusting. Sounds awful. Let's close the window so we don't get any more cold air messing up the violin. Okay, rosin on the bow, loosen the tension on the bow, get the violin sorted. Should I play half sword? Should I become John Half Sword? I can't probably do that for too long. There we go, got some rosin. This is the Lon Lon Ranch theme, or like my best approximation. Let's lower the tension here. Let me see, what is it? That's how it should be. Okay. Now we're at noise curfew. I should not fuck around anymore. Sorry. John Half Sword? You would support me becoming John Half Sword? Hey. What was the video hating both sides that I did? I'm kind of a hating both sides person, but like not because I'm a centrist. Oh, thank you for the text link, Eros. Angus. I will check this out after I'm done streaming. Let me see. Yep, I saw. Thank you. Appreciate it, Angus. I'm gonna keep writing for a bit. Sorry, guys. Stream's gonna get boring after this. Maybe I'll restart the stream in a little bit, do some video games briefly, but disconnect now if you want. Otherwise, you're stuck here. Let me see. Actually, come to think of that, so you're gonna see me disconnect briefly for like 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna be back. Okay? Be with me. We're back. We still have most people, surprisingly. We still have 7 people. Okay, still have 7 people. Okay. Let's connect to my mobile hotspot on my computer. I probably should not be saying that's how I access the internet, but y'all have already seen me cool my phone off with an ice cube so that I can keep doing the broadcast. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay. Shame! That's after the killing. That's after the murder. That's after the murder. There is video footage of oh. Is this where it is? Okay. No! No! Shame! Sorry. Shame! Oh my fucking God! Oh yep, they fucking killed her. I'm gonna say something. This is gonna be like kind of fucked up for me to say. I think that saying shame at people who are like neurologically incapable of shame, I think that that's kind of stupid. I think it also makes you come off as like a liberal blue hair woman. No offense. No offense. And I'm not saying like, oh, worry about the optics. I'm saying maybe escalate what you're saying from saying shame, shame. I think that you should escalate it to get the fuck out of my neighborhood, you murderers. Get out of here, you murderers. I think that that's what people should be saying to the Ice Ages. It's not shame, shame, shame. Because, like, they're not going to feel shame. They're fucking psychopaths. Yeah. Oh, wait. You think it's liberals who watch too much Game of Thrones? I mean, I could see that. I'm going to watch the video again. I apologize, guys, if y'all can hear it and it upsets you in the background. But, yeah, this shit nuts. Oh, Juno is disturbed. My cat is disturbed. Look at this boy. Look at this. Look at this creature. Look at this boy. There we go. Hello. You're gonna have to talk to Juno for a bit. Because I'm not gonna be able to read anything that you text. You're just gonna have to be talking to the cat. Oh, there we go. Shame! Shame! Yeah, this shit ain't effective. This shit ain't effective. If I said the shit that's effective, Juno, turn the second key. Launch it. No. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we don't have to launch all the nukes all at the same time. Yeah, I'm not blaming the woman who said that. Like, let me be straight up. Like, I'm not blaming her for being like, oh, you filmed a murder and you didn't have a good enough reaction to it. That'd be fucked up if I said that. If I said the shit that's effective against people who feel like they are above the law and entitled to enforce their tyranny and cruelty on anybody who wants it, I would be banned from YouTube and somebody would knock at my door. Like, if I said the shit that actually works when you're dealing with little fucking pig psychopaths like this, I would get a knock on the door. Talk is fucking cheap, man. You know what isn't cheap? You know what isn't cheap anymore? You know what isn't cheap anymore? One sec. One sec. Let me fucking pull this shit out. Let me pull this shit out. I am not going to do anything ban-worthy. Blah, 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 whatever. You know what isn't cheap anymore? Hornady Critical Defense. That shit ain't cheap at all. This shit was $27 for a box of, what, 25 rounds? 25 rounds! I paid $1 per round for the ability to defend myself if I have a home invasion. That's what I say. If I have a home invasion. But no. Talk is cheap, 9mm isn't, because everybody panic bought during the pandemic. You know what? You would think in this environment that ammo would get way more expensive, but it's not because liberals don't own guns, and that's because they did not fucking prepare. Uh, I love the Second Amendment, man, and I don't even love the fucking like. I don't even love the fucking like apologies for my language, the pussy like, oh well it's a well regulated militia or whatever the hell, and like, oh it's never intended for like individual people to own guns. It's like, no man, tyrannical government, fuck that. Like, no, that's my interpretation. It's not to deal with British soldiers. It's not to deal with an invasion of a foreign country into the nation. That shit's to make sure that you have rights. Because I'll tell you, after I do 2 hours of dry fire practice, dry fire is when you have a fake bullet, a snap cap in your gun, something that's not going to go off, doesn't make a bang. After I've done 2 hours of dry fire practice over a day or a day and a half, I feel so much more free than I did before I did that. I feel like, man, I am a free person because I say I'm free and because I have the ability to defend myself and to defend my freedom, and nobody's going to take that away from me. Like you like when you actually put in some effort into like getting a self-defense pistol, learning how to use it, learning how to actuate it, learning how to use it responsibly, um you feel like, wow, if somebody wanted to hurt me and they came into my house tonight or tomorrow, I would live. I would survive that situation. I would put down the threat, and I might get out of it without being shot and not have to go to the hospital myself. I know that America is a violent country. Personally, never used a firearm, but I like that feeling and idea a lot. I think that you should try it out. Um, Unfortunately, so I have drank alcohol on stream. I am not going to handle a gun on stream. That is against YouTube terms of service. That is not proper firearm safety or etiquette for the platform. But what I will say is, I think I can move a door to show you something. There's a little varmint rifle I have. It's a 22 Magnum. It's right here. I won't say where the other guns are stored, but I'll say where that one is. You should start out with something like a Savage 93, a bolt action in 22 Magnum. The ammunition for 22 Magnum is pretty cheap. It's like 10 cents per round. Not the cheapest thing in the world. It has no recoil, and you can teach yourself how to shoot a gun on something like that. It's also decently quiet. Um, there's like kind of a grading of like the difficulty of shooting a gun. You've got like a little basic bolt action, like a little 22 down at the bottom, or like a Ruger 1022 semi-automatic. Then you have like a full-sized rifle in 5.56 or 308 Winchester or 7.62 by 39, and that's one step up in terms of difficulty because now you've got a semi-auto. You have like more, I guess, more bullets going down range, shorter amount of time, more recoil. That's harder to deal with. And then the hardest thing that you can learn to shoot is a pistol. Most people start with a pistol. I don't really recommend that, but yeah, if that feeling sounds good to you, of like nobody can impose their will on me or do violence to me, nobody can do something to me that I don't consent to, then I would encourage you to spend $200, get yourself a little bolt action in 22. See where you want to go from there. I'm gonna watch this police murder again. Um, One sec, and I apologize for the silence. That's poor broadcasting. Um, but yeah, I just have to review this so I can decide what I'm going to write with my show notes. So, the vehicle in front of her was stopped and blocking the road. Was that vehicle an ICE vehicle? Oh. Oh, okay, I see that. Okay, I see that. Yeah, it looks like it was an ICE vehicle. They did the same thing in Chicago. They box you in. They get an ICE SUV in front of you and another ICE SUV behind your car, and then they stop you in the road and they try and drag you out of your car or do whatever. And usually the thing that triggers them to do this completely lawless, completely unconstitutional, unjustifiable, authoritarian action is that you honked at them, or you gave them the middle finger, or something else that they didn't like. That or they just didn't fucking like the look of you. And these people are a gang. ICE is a gang. It is an illegitimate, like, paramilitary, like, extrajudicial organization that does, as you can see from shit like that, fucking murder. Yeah. They're little fucking thugs. Little pigs. Okay. Okay, and apologies for the silence again. I'm going to be writing here. Video of ICE blasting some giant blast of pepper spray that I hadn't seen prior at a black man walking beside them somewhere else on that page. Yeah, it is brown shirt type shit. But I'll tell you, there's a difference between ICE and brown shirts. Because ICE is, like, designated or ordained by people who are in power. The thing with the brown shirts is that brown shirts were people that were out of political power. Hitler was not in power yet when the brown shirts were doing most of their activity. From a legal sense, from a self-defense perspective, you are not justified in shooting an ICE agent. By the letter of the law. Not going to talk about morality. That's not a topic we can discuss on YouTube. I'm white. I get to get away with going this far with the conversation. But it is not legal by the letter of the law. If, however, there is somebody in an extra-governmental organization, Patriot Front, Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the Two Percenters, or the Ku Klux Klan, let's say. Those people are, like, kind of the textbook, like, analog, parallel to the Nazi brown shirts. If one of those people tries to kill you, tries to bust your door down, go into your house, you are fully legally justified, and obviously morally justified, to defend your life with lethal force. It's a thing where you have to kind of understand, like, the difference in this. If you are dealing with somebody who is in just, like, kind of like a gang that's not ICE, you know, a not state-sanctioned gang doing state-sanctioned violence, but if it's individual violence that is, you know, maybe approved of by the government but not ordered by somebody like Kristi Noem, then you're fully justified in doing what this guy does to bugs and what he does to feathers and what he does to birds. You are fully justified, right, Juno? We should approve his background check, right, guys? Oh, wow. Hi. He's special. He is stable, he is not violent, and he can be trusted with firearms and explosives. It is institutionally different. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Mwah. It is institutionally different and morally extremely similar, if not the same. Mwah. You know, I'm going to give you guys some hope. If you are listening here and you're somebody that would describe themselves as, like, progressive or leftist or whatever, if you have completely lost faith in rural people or middle America, my sister, like me, grew up in West Virginia. She still lives there. Hi. Hello. Oh, that's cat butt. That's cat butt on the stream. That is cat butt. Please rotate so that you are not indecently exposed, Juno. She grew up in West Virginia just like me. Unlike me, she didn't get the opportunity to leave the state for education. She is 20 years old, and she does not know what all the 50 states are. And that is very sad. But, you know, her grandparents, same as my grandparents. Oh, he loves Bullet. He loves Bullet so much. He does. He does not know what firearm safety is. But the Second Amendment still says that he has a right. Uh-huh. Yes. Oh, yes. So, my sister, she called me and she says, you know, like, we call for, like, maybe 10 minutes before she gets to this point. She says, have you read about the conditions of deported people? And I was like, yeah, Emma, I have. And it's pretty messed up. I've seen a couple of cases where, like ICE has starved people to death in custody that were getting deported. And she talked about how uh, somebody and his daughter were deported from my grandparents' farm in West Virginia. She talked about the conditions that caused it, specifically that, like Trump got reelected, and that, like people in the neighborhood felt entitled to getting free labor from these immigrants, getting free labor from Carlos, and I forget if it was his daughter too. She's about 13, 14. But they felt entitled to get free labor from him. They wanted him to do landscaping or yard work or like moving something heavy and putting it in the bed of their truck. And my grandfather, Papa, he he said, like, well, if you want to pay Carlos, he can do work for you, but Carlos does work on my farm and he's my worker and I pay him, and I'm not going to have him do work for you for free. And so because these fucking hicks in West Virginia, these racist piece of shit fucking hogs, decided that since they could not pass him around as the village slave, that they would call ICE on him. And they did. And him and his 13-year-old daughter got deported off my grandparents' farm. And my sister told me that he got so sick that he almost died in custody. Carlos did. And my family, for the most part, voted for Trump. My grandparents, especially my mama, Pat, she hated Trump back in 2016. She was like, one, he's not a Republican. Two, like, he's a bastard and he's a crook. But, you go along with the party when you're a Republican. Same with Democrats. Like, you go along with your party when you're in a political party. And most of my family voted for Trump. I think I'm the only person that didn't vote for Trump for the most part. Um, and they were like, this is fucked up. And specifically, what my sister told me is that my Uncle Joe said they treated him worse than you would treat a stray dog. And that is true. And, then my sister goes into this like thing to me about how racism is taught, and especially in the area of West Virginia that we live in, racism is ingrained and people aren't going to unlearn it. And I told her that, like, that is true, but I don't think it's impossible for people to unlearn it. Like, for someone like her that has had such a lack of education, who is like very, I guess, conservative slanted normally, to see a deportation happen and then start talking like a liberal, I think shows that we're on the right side of this, and that anytime someone sees the government doing what they voted for, they go, oh, this is fucked up and I didn't want this. Um, and I think that's a good thing. I think that should give you hope. And yeah, it's gonna take more of this. It sucks. Um, these people should not have to suffer and die for white people and voting Americans to go, oh, maybe it's not good to kill people. Like, I don't know. It shouldn't have to be like that. But the more that happens, the more people go, I hate this. Where did I put my pen? I seriously just managed to lose my pen on stream because a cat came. I think that is what just happened. The son of a bitch. There it is. Found it. Don't put your sister's name out. Yeah. Yeah, pseudonym. No. I mean, whatever. Sorry. I I really think that it is possible to get people to change. I don't think it's going to happen with this Democratic Party. I kind of don't think it's going to happen with any Democratic Party. Um, Personally, my strategy in an incredibly Republican area is, like, just to give you the dynamic. The Democratic Party does not invest in rural areas. That's just true. It just fucking doesn't. None of the money that's taken upstate goes downstate. in order to like pay for rural parties to be able to get their names out there or to be able to really engage in the process. It's just kind of a thing where it's like, oh, if you're like a rural Democrat or you're a rural socialist, if you're a rural independent that doesn't want to see fascism in this country, then you just have to resign yourself to the state party leadership and you're not going to get shit. They're not going to give you any money, but you can send all the money you want to them if you'd like. Um, so that dynamic is not going to change with somebody joining the Democratic Party. That's not going to change the dynamic. Here's what I think will change the dynamic. I am going to start a third party in my rural area that is like a county level third party, not a statewide third party, not a regional third party, specifically like a city and county level, like just group of people getting together, addressing grievances, very policy oriented, talking about. And I think that if we are successful in like getting some traction, getting people to say like, "Oh, this does speak to me. This does speak to my grievance. This does speak to my feeling that I'm not being represented, whether it's in state government or federally or even locally." I think at that point, the state Democratic Party of the state that I live in is going to freak out and give money to my county Democratic Party. And if not, we get to be a third party. Like if they don't freak out and then send money to the Democrats as like opposition to get rid of the left flank, uh pog pog. That means we get to have like an independent third party like addressing material issues. And at that point, I think like we're like gonna be able to do some really awesome shit. I think we could even like get into the state House of Representatives, maybe state senate. Both are equally hard. I kind of think state house is more likely, more doable. Some local positions would probably be good to start with. But not sky's the limit, but like, you know, 2 stories off the ground's the limit, like at least at the start. But if they do, then that's going to make the Democratic Party. If the Democratic Party sees an independent, like People's Party, and it makes them freak out and they have to invest money, it means they have to pay attention to us. So, you know, I think that's going to be more effective. Thank you, Elgato. Let me see. Doing something's more than nothing. Yeah. I like have had one of my buddies and he's been like, "Oh, let me design posters for you. We can start this." This has been my pet thing that I've wanted to do for like a year and a half. 22, I'm getting older. I haven't done it yet. I need to start doing it. And I think that, you know, going back on the air is going to be part of the way that I get that to happen. As of like the last year during the Trump administration, I've been treading water. I've been cooking for people at my church, doing mutual aid, letting people stay at my house, although I've stopped doing that. And like I've just been treading water. I've not really been engaging in politics other than like going to like my county commissioner's board once a week. You know, like and like going and using public comment almost every week at like a public function is good, but I feel like going knocking on doors is going to be more effective. I need to get my car fixed so that I can do that. But yeah, I should do it and I should get off my ass and stop just feeding people, but start doing this too. Um, I it really pisses me off how people who want to be a slave to an authoritarian government will take any justification for the government doing what it wants to do. And like for example, like the last time Trump was president, he did these things called constitution-free zones. For like anywhere that was like less than 100 miles from a US border, land or sea, you know, like you could be apprehended without your Fourth Amendment rights applying. Um and I'm going to explain that as part of my talking about why they stopped this woman in an unconstitutional way and why they just felt entitled to bully her, box her in, one ICE car in front of her, one ICE car behind her, and then drag her out in the middle of the road. That's fucking shit that authoritarian governments do. And I'm going to talk about the Constitution free zones. And I'm half expecting somebody to be like, oh, well, you just told me she lived in Minneapolis and she was less than 100 miles from a U.S. border. That means that she doesn't have a Fourth Amendment. And my response to that is going to be, go fuck yourself, you hog. Read the fucking Constitution. There is no fucking clause in the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, or the Constitution, or the Bill of Rights that none of this shit is in the fucking Constitution. None of this shit is in the fucking Bible. Like, that you don't have rights because somebody wrote shit down on a piece of paper 200 years after. And like, but there are people who are just like, oh, well, Trump said it's a constitution free zone. That means you don't have a first, fourth, second, fifth, eighth, ninth amendment if you're living within 100 miles of a border. No, my response is, fuck you. It ain't in the fucking Bible. Ain't in the fucking Constitution that if I live in Minneapolis, I don't have any rights, and you have rights because you say you have them and because you fucking enforce them. And that lady was absolutely justified to pull away from that stop because it was an illegal stop without probable cause. Fucking anti-constitutional, extra-legal policing. Like, oh God. I'm gonna write this down. Wait, 1 sec. I gotta pull up the Jesse Wright sermon. I gotta have this on lock. Oh God. Have you guys ever heard of Jesse Wright? Wright. Maybe he has a different first name. Okay. Is his name? Son of a bitch. Okay. Gonna find it. Here it is. You're gonna listen to this.
The controversy started with words spoken by the Reverend Jeremiah Wright in his sermons. In one of them, it says the black...
Oh, come on. I'm so sorry. Hey, you never signed up for a professional broadcast.
And the United auction blocks, put them in cotton fields.
Okay, here it is.
Inferior schools, put them in substandard housing, put them in scientific experiments, put them in the lowest paying jobs, put them outside the equal protection of the law, kept them out of their racist bastions of higher education, and locked them into positions of hopelessness and helplessness. The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a three-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America. No. Not God Bless America. God damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human. God damn America as long as she is trying to act like she is God and she is supreme.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Goddamn America, that's in the Bible. I'm gonna pull that up on fucking broadcast tomorrow. That fucking fits. Goddamn America. Oh God. Nah, nah, nah. Goddamn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. Sorry. God, seeing the fucking ice car in front of her. Seeing the ice car in front of her. I've seen this shit. I've seen this shit before. God. Oh God, I am ready. I am ready. I'm gonna fight someone with my fucking words on the radio. I'm gonna fucking be like, this is a PvP enabled broadcast. Call in, talk your shit. I'm gonna yell at people. I'm the Joker. Oh God. Tell me why it's good to fucking murder a mother of three in broad daylight, you fucking animal. Uh. Raw time? Oh yeah, raw time. Let's pull this shit up. Let's pull up raw time. I love how I started fucking being like, I'm gonna look up a Reverend Wright sermon, and we lost 4 people immediately. Let me see. Let me pull up YouTube. Okay. So it's raw time. Thanks for calling in. You're listening to MTV Raw Time.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing
That's what
pretty
Iggy's doing, man.
I'm sorry, what? Can we say slur? Can we enunciate our words? Or maybe someone can understand what you're saying. That helps. It does. Raw time.
I just want to say that you're real people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Raw
Hello? You were there.
Sorry. Raw time.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty
I just want
good.
to tell everyone that, like, people who like the show need to stop calling in and freaking pranking, because some people happen to like the show. But I really wanted to say is, I'm going to take a shit in your mouth.
Really, do you?
Yes.
Well, you know what? First, watch this video by Tool, okay?
All right.
Is it a deal?
Cool yourself.
It's gonna be that energy. It's gonna be that energy. It's gonna be like Waffle Hut PvP enabled, fucking somebody throwing a chair at me fucking parrying it perfectly. That's gonna be what's on the radio tomorrow in my county. In my fucking Trump plus 40 county. Oh God. Okay. So you can hear the commotion and the shots fired. I'm gonna give you a play-by-play. Something happens off-screen before the recording started. She probably honked her horn to let everyone know ICE was in the area. Let me see. Regardless of how it started. Due process. No, there's not gonna be any due process on my radio. Angus, do you like a drunk live stream? Do you think that's good? Do you think this is appreciated by the community? Am I doing this for the culture? By the way, the level of drunk I am right now is based off of 1.5 caps of Burnett's peach vodka. This is low proof. This is 30, let me see. Yeah, this is 30% alcohol. I drank 1.5 bottle caps worth. And I am now this drunk. So let's do another half a bottle cap. We're going to be 2 bottle caps drunk. I have zero tolerance for alcohol. I do not understand. My liver must be like either very bad or Superman. Let me see. I think that might mean my liver's very bad. Oh no. Let me see. What's not hyperbole in the slightest? Oh. Shut up! Shut up! No, I didn't. I didn't pass out from 6 ounces of beer. You're lying. It's true. He's not lying. I know, I literally did. Do I have other socials? Yes, I do have other socials, but I'm gonna be real, I'm typically most active on YouTube. I have, like, 1 other social media, and then, like, I'm on Signal. I am on Blue Sky. I think I am at WR3N on Blue Sky, if you would like to check that out. I do post video reminders. I know that, like, Blue Sky is, like, Jack Dorsey's, like, liberal Twitter alternative, and it's just kind of turned into, like, dead. Used to be, like, a bunch of furries and artists. There still are. But yeah, I am on Blue Sky. I will not tell you my Twitter handle. Because the shit I am reposting on Twitter is heinous. Let me see. Let's see, beige SUV in front of her. Let me look at this video again. And a gray... Is that a Tundra? Is that a Toyota Tundra? Titan. Is that a Toyota? No, it's a Nissan Titan. Let me check that out. Nissan Titan. I believe that's a Nissan. Yeah, it is. It is a Nissan Titan. Okay. Oh, come on, you're not gonna let me buffer through this video, Instagram? I just gotta watch the whole thing front to back? You gotta fuck off, come on. That's the officer that fucking murdered her. I gotta see the beginning of the video, though, so that I can confirm that that was the truck that was behind her at the time of her murder. Okay, so that looks like a 2025 or 2024 Chevy Suburban. Thank you. Haven't followed me for long, big fan of the music. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I am a little bit of a crank, but yeah, I hope to do more music for you in the new year. Yeah. Shit, I mean, do you want to hear, like, a preview of what I'm working on? Let me, it's gonna be the first time I've showed it to anybody if I pull it up. Let me see. Let me save my City Skylines game. It is the 7th of January, 2026. There we go. Perfect. So, let me pull up, what is it? It's not One Way or Another. I Can't Bear to Hear. That's what the file is called. Oh my god, last opened December 12th. I'm sorry, guys. I said I was going to be productive. I wasn't. Okay. Does anybody want to hear... like, the original music I was working on at the beginning of December? Let's see. Okay. Let's go back to the start of the video. Go for it? Okay. So here it is. This is my Audacity file. This is the thing that I said I'm not going to release this even as a demo because I don't think it's good enough yet. I wake up at 3 a.m. to see that you are calling me again. You claim to be my friend and hope to make amends for what's been said. I feel it creeping over me, another broken, faded dream of what I thought my life might be. Another tendril filled with dread extracts the morphine from my heart. My pulse begins to quicken, another arteries thicken, and I can't cleanse this panic from my head. I don't want to spend my whole life asking myself what went wrong, searching for a past long buried, dead and gone, a place to rest, a shoulder I can cry on. How do I move on? Come to find that my mind's gone to shit. How am I to make peace with this? Teach me, Lord, to forgive a sinner who knows not what they have done. Maybe if I seek to be like Christ, then I can tolerate this life. God, do I know the burden of being my family's only son? I don't think I'm getting over it, I just think I'm getting old, and I can't bear to hear one more I miss you. So don't you dare say I love you. I spent so long hoping you were changed, that we might not be so estranged, to give you fertilizer so that something beautiful would bloom. In my heart I know that it won't take. You'll repeat all of her mistakes. I'll see you at her wake, cause all we had in common was her womb. I don't want to spend my whole life asking myself what went wrong, searching for a past long buried, dead and gone, a place to rest, a shoulder I can cry on. How do I move on? Let me see. I can't bear to live through another year like this. I don't even want revenge, I just want distance. I can't bear to hear one more I miss you. So don't you dare say I love you. Thank you. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a Christmas song, like a Mitski coded Christmas song. Um, yeah, 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 I did play this. I did this. No, I played this for Angus. I'm gonna go back to writing the script. Congrats, you got to see something I wouldn't even put on my Patreon. Oh my god, I need to sign into my Patreon. I've been neglecting people. I probably lost. Oh shit, I did not lose most of my membership. That is shocking. That is shocking that I did not lose my donos. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I had one person cancel membership, and that was it. I need to put more stuff on Patreon. Oh, thanks. Let me see. Nissan Titan. Was there a Nissan Titan behind her? When it happened? When she was murdered? Okay. Is that a fucking...
Don't let the murderer leave! Don't let the murderer leave! You! Shame! You guys have to tell us what to do! Fucking criminals! Don't let him leave!
Oh fuck yeah, that's a whole ass license plate. That's a whole ass license plate. Pog. Pog. Can I get a full screen Instagram, please? God damn. Yeah, these people are criminals. Yeah, good for her saying don't let the murderer leave. I was wrong. That was an incomplete assessment when I said just saying shame isn't effective. Let me see. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Angus. Man, it's crazy how, like, people like Joe Rogan, like, there's this clip of Joe Rogan saying, they're trying to get you to comply back during, like, 2020, 2021, because of, like, mask and vaccine requirements or whatever the fuck. I love how those people are just like, they want you to comply back when it's like, hey, we don't want you to die of a disease, like, you should probably take some medicine for it. But when it's like, two fucking unlabeled law enforcement vehicles, like one pulls in front of you, one pulls in behind you, and they box you in and rip you out of your car in the middle of your neighborhood. That's fine, actually. I don't see anything authoritarian or wrong about that. But saying, like, hey, we should do vaccines, nope, you're Hitler. That's what Hitler did. Hitler gave people healthcare. Hitler gave people free medicine. We gotta rise up against the fucking government, man. God damn. I love you all. I am sorry that I have not done a better job at, like, you know, providing music content for you. Um, to be totally honest, when I get angry, I get depressed. When I get depressed, I get angry. And, like, I think it was the Kids Online Safety Act, seeing them, like, blatantly try to ram through anti-privacy, like, censorship fucking shit, and then all the shit with Venezuela, it just put me in a rotten mood before the holidays. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do, like, all these fucking things, and then I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna sing Joy to the World. I'm not gonna play Joy to the World on fiddle and sing over top of it because, you know, it kind of doesn't seem that Jesus rules the world with truth and grace and makes the nations prove the glory of his righteousness and wonders of his love. I don't know, it kind of feels like murdering people in another country isn't really the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love. You know? Like, shit. I wish that the fucking government would let up for like 30 days so that I could enjoy Christmas. I mean, yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be fighting for the right reason if they weren't doing anything wrong, but I'm like, shit. Like, no one, like, I mean, obviously, Stephen Miller's Jewish, he's not Christian, and everybody else is a flaming atheist, but, like, and I'm sorry, guys, I know a lot of people who watch this are not Christian, but, like, as a Christian, I think that if the president actually, like, believed in God, that he wouldn't be, like, sanctioning murder on Jesus's birthday. Like, I don't know. I kind of doubt the whole, like, we're doing this to defend our Christian nation bullshit. Like, I fucking sneezed. Good lord. Is that my cat purring? Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's in the living room. Damn, that little guy's loud. Okay. Is it 3 agents? Again, I have to get this right. I believe it is 3 agents. Hi, Juno. Juno's off to the side. Okay, that's 1 ICE agent. Are there 2 more? Yep, that looks like 2 more ICE agents. That's a total of 3, but I gotta see the video of when she was shot again. Okay, so that is 1 agent, 2 agent, red agent, blue agent. Yep, 3 agents. The ice agents didn't like. Okay. Hello. Hello. Cat. He is now sitting on my script. You are obstructing my pen. Hello. You're a little turd. He is a little turd. If you 100%, then none of this shit would be happening. Yeah, I know. Like, and the shit with Biden, like Biden's a Catholic, so like I think Biden is like at least way more legit about like being a Christian than Trump is. But like Biden, maybe this is because he was demented. Like, what do you mean you're letting Israel bomb Nazareth? Like Jesus's birthplace. What the fuck do you mean? Sorry, Bethlehem. What the fuck do you mean you're letting Israel bomb Bethlehem on Christmas Day? What? Like what? Like we're just gonna do like we're cucked. We're cucked. Okay. Put on your sleepy time videos. I will stop the live stream soon. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Elgato. Oh my gosh. Hey. We're doing a pet cat petting live stream. A pat catting, and then a pet catting live stream. What? He's purring. He is a good boy. This guy is why I have a self-defense firearm, because I love him. And nobody is ever going to hurt my little orange boy. Hi. Juniper. Juniper. What? What? Wow. Do you have thoughts? Thoughts in there? He has one thought per sometimes. Hi. Good night, Angus. Ooh. Thank you. You'd be like a little murderer, Angus, if you were a cat. Could you imagine what you could get away with if you never... Sorry, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll say that in private. If you were a cat, you could get away with some crazy shit. Hello. Juno. Hello. Oh, no. I do not want butt. I will put my chin on your tail. No, your butt will not be in my face. Get that off the camera. Get your butt off the camera. Whoop. Would you like to get away from my script so that I can write it? Would you like to? Would you like to? That's a stick. it's a stick. Wow. It's a stick. The boy gonna have a stick, maybe even a feather. What does he think? Does he think? The evidence points to no. Hey, turd boy, turd creature. Okay, I'm kicking you off the desk now. Hey. Oh, he was gone. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Cat. So sit down. Stay here. Yes. Stay. Good night, Angus. Cat, stay here. Okay. You can see a beige SUV in front of her and a gray Nissan Titan boxing her in from behind. Both of these are ICE vehicles. So, as far as we know, she honked her horn or said something the ICE agents didn't like. She's probably in the stream, huh? Oh, look, that's a cat. That's a cat. That's a cat. That right there is a boy. Look at him. Wow, he is happy right there, huh? Nobody is ever going to be able to Kaya-gate me like I'm Hassan Piker because I don't own a dog. And my animals don't have collars. Yes. Does she back up so as to not block traffic? Let's watch the video. listen to this again. Ugh. One more person watching. Good night.